get to the money. Gotta get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. So you know that I'm on it. Gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and me. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. And gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and they. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money.
Welcome to another episode of Drinking After Dark, a podcast where we discuss random topics while having a few drinks. I'm your host, Darius, and as always, drink responsibly. And y'all make sure y'all follow Drinking After Dark Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to Drinking After Dark Podcast YouTube channel. Tonight, I'm drinking on Royal Hard Orange Cream Soda. If y'all don't know what that is, that's basically a Crown Royal vanilla mixed with orange soda. If y'all go back to my videos on my page, actually I did a review on this with my boy James. It's really good, so that's what I'm drinking on tonight. I hope everybody had a great Valentine's Day. So to all the lovers out there, man, happy Valentine's Day to all of you guys. Um, I celebrate. I got my wife some stuff for Valentine's Day, so I know she likes her gift. Um, We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into this episode, man. Y'all know the Super Bowl just happened and everything like that. 49ers and Chiefs. So we're gonna talk about that game a little bit and everything Super Bowl, especially with the halftime performance by Usher. So let's get into it. First off, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs for winning their third Super Bowl in 5 years, back-to-back champions, 25-22. Great game, winning the overtime, came down to the last 3 seconds of the game where Patrick Mahomes threw the game-winning touchdown. Um, this game started off kind of slow. No points scored in the first quarter from either team. Then San Francisco led at halftime 10-3. And then the third quarter, pretty much the third quarter came about in Kansas City outscored the 49ers 10-0 in the third quarter. Pretty much went into overtime, stuff like that, tied at 19. But in overtime, that's where the game was won. The San Francisco 49ers got the first possession, went down, got a field goal, and the Chiefs got the ball back. They knew all thing they had to do was score a touchdown. They win the game, which eventually that's what happened. A lot of things went on in this particular game. This was the defenses on both teams were just great. I think this was it was basically a defensive game. Um, both teams had 2 turnovers, obviously. Both running backs, McCaffrey and Pacheco, both had um, fumbles. Both had fumbles. And of course, Patrick Mahomes threw an interception, and there was a muff punt by the 49ers, which gave the Chiefs the ball back, which they ended up scoring their first touchdown, the only touchdown in regulation. But this game was a defensive game. My thoughts on the game was this. I felt like the 49ers was the better team overall, right? You saw what they were doing offensively. Defensively, they were just a better team overall, right? Were there some miscues by the 49ers, which they could pretty much put the game away? Absolutely. Okay. I already mentioned the muff punt. Also, the block field goal when they scored their touchdown in the fourth quarter, right, to put them back up 3. Pretty much, if they would have made that extra point, they would have been up 4. But they got the field goal blocked, and I thought that was another That was another crucial mistake by the 49ers. Also, we can get into the overtime stuff in a second. The Kansas City Chiefs offense all year, it wasn't the same offense, right? Receivers dropping the ball. Patrick Mahomes didn't look like Patrick Mahomes, probably because of the receivers dropping the ball, which was well documented through the entire season. Um, and the way they looked in this first half of the game, I'm like, I even put it on my page. I was like, "Hey, Patrick Mahomes need to use his legs more." I picked the Chiefs to win. Right? I thought it was going to be a close game. Like I said last week, I thought it was going to be a close game, and it very was a close game. Um, the 49ers, they didn't come away with touchdowns. You got to come away with touchdowns. You know what I mean? So um, if you don't get touchdowns, if you don't get the touchdowns or anything like that, then you're leaving the door open for, I mean, this generation's best quarterback. I mean, by far, he's the best quarterback in the league, and you don't want to give this man too many chances to, uh, give him too many chances to execute and be successful on the field, which turned out to be was bit him in the butt. Now, the biggest talking point was Mike Shanahan's. Well, first off, it was the players. A lot of the players from San Francisco didn't know the overtime rules when it came to the playoffs, right? So if y'all remember, it used to be where in overtime, whoever won the coin toss, they could get the ball first. They get the ball first, and if they could go down, if they score a uh, a field goal, essentially, the game would have been over. But they changed it. Actually, last season, they changed it to where both teams will have an opportunity, whether you score a field goal or a touchdown. So they kind of adopted the college rule a little bit, where both teams have a chance to actually get a possession. Mike Shanahan took the ball first, got the ball first. They drove it downfield, but when they in that red zone, they couldn't convert. And what happened? Settle for a field goal. So when you give Patrick Mahomes the know of, if we score a touchdown, we win the game. If we get to the field goal, if we get a field goal, then of course we're going to the second OT, which is kind of like sudden death. Um, the Chiefs executed right, and they executed with Patrick Mahomes not only his arm but his legs as well. He used his legs, in this game, especially in the second half. Used it when he needed to use it. He took the ball, put it in his hands during those crucial moments, and he made sure that you know they were able to execute offensively, and that's what he did. Also, those third down conversions, those fourth down conversions, and I'm sitting there watching TV. I said Patrick Mahomes can run, right? He might not be known as like this run first QB, but he can run, right? Which he showed during the Super Bowl, 9 carries for 66 yards. And that fourth down and one, when first off, they're playing with four downs. So when you give Patrick Mahomes the ball second, automatically they're playing with four downs. Okay. Especially if you scored. A player like Patrick Mahomes, you don't want him to have any opportunity, right? To basically put the game away, which he ended up doing. The way they executed in that overtime, knowing that, oh, I got four downs, our play call it changes a little bit because we have one extra down to execute. All we got to do is chip away each down, chip away, and that's what they did. Chip away that one pass to Chelsea. Excuse me, Travis Kelsey. I mean, it was one of the biggest plays of the game, right? And that last moment in the game, they had a timeout. They could have taken a timeout, but They was letting that clock roll. It was like 15 seconds. The clock was rolling. They probably already knew what the play was going to be. And they probably knew, oh, we're going to get a touchdown after this. And they hiked the ball and threw it to what's his name? He was it Hardeman? Something like that. He was actually with the Jets during the season and got picked up by the Chiefs, which he played for. Um, Hardman, Miko Hardman, with 3 seconds left to score the game-winning touchdown. That right there lets you know the greatness of Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs. To me, even though Patrick Mahomes got the MVP, I felt like the MVP was the Chiefs' defense because the way they carried not only just this game, but the way they carried this team throughout the entire season. I thought Chris Jones played great. I thought McDuffie played great. Um, what's the corner's name? I mean, this defense played great, right? Both defenses played great, but the way that the Chiefs was holding the 49ers to field goals, I think that was the key. And not only that, but getting stops when they needed to get stops. And the 49ers didn't get those stops that they needed to get, primarily due because the Chiefs' offense was not executing. So next point is, y'all don't know, they actually fired the defensive coordinator. The 49ers fired the defensive coordinator, Steve Wilks. I'm going to say it right now. Mike Shanahan is not, he's getting blamed from the media, but the organization is not blaming him. You had Jimmy G in a Super Bowl up 10. You lost that game. You had Brock Purdy up 10, lost the Super Bowl. Mike Shanahan, you're supposed to be the offensive wizard here. Your job is to go out there and put up points. You're calling the damn plays. And the fire Steve Wilks, that to me was a punk ass move right there. Because you're basically saying he wasn't doing his job. No, Mike Shanahan, you don't know how to coach in the biggest moments in football. Period. I'm not a 49ers fan, but I know bullshit when I see bullshit. The fact that the fact that Steve Wilks had them boys playing in the Super Bowl, and you talking about plays that last play. Listen, that's Patrick Mahomes. You ain't beating Patrick Mahomes. I don't care how good of a defense you are. You gotta beat him. Like y'all gotta physically beat him, which they really didn't. He was under pressure, but when it counted the most, he the one that executed, not Brock Purdy. Which on that side of the ball, who's calling that side of the ball? How many All Pros you have on that side? Mike Shanahan, if y'all don't know, Mike Shanahan was the offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons when they went to the Super Bowl, played against Tom Brady, right? No lie, against Tom Brady. They were up 28-3. Mike Shanahan is calling plays. That whole time, people were saying, why are you not running the ball? Why are you not keeping that clock running? You gonna give Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, opportunities after opportunities after opportunities to like come back, which he did. They kept throwing the football, stopping the clock, giving Tom Brady all this time in the world. So you talking about 3 Super Bowls that this man was a part of, and he collapsed in all 3 Super Bowls. Okay. He should have 3 Super Bowl rings as a coach. One as an offensive coordinator, two as a head coach. He failed at all 3. And the fact that they blame Steve Wilks, I think that's BS. Steve Wilkes, man, I hope you get a job. Listen, I really do hope you get another job because I think somebody else would appreciate you because it ain't your fault. And when you look at the regular season, I get it. In the postseason, look, let's just be honest. I don't think it was Steve Wilkes' fault that those games were close in the postseason because the way that the offense has started in both of those games, Mike Shanahan, right? I think Mike Shanahan is not accustomed to taking accountability, but not having his players ready, which goes to show you they didn't even know the overtime rules. How the players don't know the overtime rules? One, they actually said it at coin toss. These are the rules of overtime, right? Attention to detail. Andy Reid paid attention to detail, let them know every scenario that could be played out. You had 2 weeks to prepare for this. So you got to know the rules somehow, some way. But you did you not tell your team that this is a possibility? You know what I mean? But yet you're gonna get mad. You're gonna fire a head coach whose defense was slightly better than the last two defensive coordinators that you had. They were basically like this. He was just slightly better, just slightly, right? And you was talking about schemes, this and that. This is how I know Mike Shanahan could coach football. He just can't coach on the biggest stage, right? Because you had think about this. The defensive coordinators that you had all can coach defense. It is shown. You're the offensive, you're supposed to be this offensive guru. Yet you cannot put up points when it matters. You got to get touchdowns when it matters. And you did not. Now, I'm not going to say Steve Wilkes or even Mike Shanahan, it's their fault that, special teams, two special teams plays that kind of it really messed everything up for him. But still, the 49ers was still playing great defense. The offense was not executing when they were supposed to. Even when you was driving downfield, you didn't execute. So therefore, even that play during regulation, right? It was a 49ers last possession of regulation. 3rd and 4. Everybody knows you get that first down, you pretty much win the game because all you gotta do is kick a field goal and win. That's it. You want to know what happened? Who was calling those plays? That wasn't Steve Wilkes' fault. That wasn't his fault. See what I'm saying? That was Mike Shanahan. And shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs defense. Like I said, I felt like the whole team deserves the MVP. That crucial stop on 3rd down forced them to basically punt the ball. You know what I'm saying? And Mike Shanahan should have put the ball in McCaffrey's hand. I don't know what's up with these coaches with their egos trying to put the ball in the quarterback's hand. Unless you got a Patrick Mahomes on your team, if your best player is Christian McCaffrey on that offense, you give him the damn ball. Period. You give him the ball and you ride into the sunset with a Super Bowl victory. You didn't do that. The Chiefs knew exactly what they want to do. Spagnolia he outcoached Shanahan. I'm gonna say it. He outcoached Shanahan. Okay. I personally think Steve Wilkes outcoached Shanahan because his defense was holding up their end of the bargain. You have how many all pros? You have like 5 all pros on your offense, and you're not executing the way that you're supposed to be executing. I don't think so. That was a dirty move right there. And I really do believe it. It was a dirty move. But congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs for winning the Super Bowl. And our thoughts and prayers to those victims at the parade. If y'all don't know, there was an active shooter at the parade. So thoughts and prayers to the city of Kansas City. I mean, it's just, and those brave fans out there who chased the suspects down and held them down. No, I salute y'all for stepping up, being brave, and everything like that. So, just it was just a sad moment. Uh, Another thing, Usher, Super Bowl halftime show. Uh, my thoughts on the halftime show. Y'all know I am a millennial. Uh, I'll be 36. I'm turning 36 next month. Um, of course, growing up listening to Usher, I pretty much know all of his songs, right? Usher's performance, it was a great performance. Bringing out Alicia Keys, bringing out her, of course, you had Lil Jon, Ludacris, Jermaine Dupri. Uh, First off, what the hell he have on? I have no idea. When I seen it, I was like, "What the hell do you have on?" Bringing out Will I Am, which at first I thought it was Kanye West. I don't know about y'all. I thought it was Kanye West at first, but it was Will I Am. He did his thing. What I consider the greatest Super Bowl performance of all time. No, that doesn't mean he didn't give a great performance. Okay. Uh Usher is an entertainer, right? And that stage for him. And when I saw the clips of, you could tell the millennials and older, um, you seen all kinds everybody, you seen uh women, men singing their song, singing his songs and everything like that, enjoying themselves, having a great time, enjoying the performance. I enjoyed it. I think it was amazing. Uh some of y'all need to leave Alicia Keys alone. I saw some of the jokes on social media. Y'all wrong for that. I'm not gonna repeat it, but I'm pretty sure y'all saw it too. So um but yeah, I think it was a great show to end it with. Yeah. You can basically say his biggest song he's ever done with Lil Jon and Ludacris, which, if y'all know the backstory, I guess Usher didn't want to release it as a single, but Lil Jon did it anyway. And I guess Lil Jon was absolutely right, because that is his biggest song he's ever made. So, great performance. Uh, if you want to talk about other notable Super Bowl performances, halftime performances, obviously the top two you bring up, right? It's Michael Jackson, uh, Prince, which some people say, one or two. Michael Jackson's performance was great. Prince's performance, it might be number one, because people don't know it actually rained during the Super Bowl. So he's on the stage. Y'all know what type of footwear Prince wears. On that stage, he could have slipped and fell, and he was playing his electric guitar. So he could have actually got electrocuted while playing his instrument, but it didn't. He embraced it, and he was singing Purple Rain at the time too, while it was raining. So you couldn't ask for a better moment than that. Beyonce's performance during the halftime was great. Bruno Mars' performance was great, uh, which they both came back. I think it was the following year after Bruno Mars, or 2 years after Bruno Mars, when Coldplay was performing, and they brought Beyonce and Bruno Mars to come and perform with them, which was, I think, was amazing. Obviously, LA, Dr. Dre, Snoop, Eminem, 50. I think you had Mary J. Blige out there. Um, that was an amazing performance too. So it's been a lot of great performances during halftime Super Bowl. Uh, who would y'all like to see perform next in the Super Bowl? Right? Because y'all remember before the artists came, they had like bands playing. It was kind of boring and everything like that. And Living Color actually did a live show during the halftime, one of the Super Bowls, and which made the NFL go get a Michael Jackson so people could tune into the NFL. Um, so I think it's up there. His performance was up there, just like Usher. I mean, Usher is an amazing entertainer. He's an amazing singer, amazing dancer. So this performance was a fantastic performance. I would not lie. It was a great performance and everything. Even though he did little snippets of some songs here, nice and slow, burn. Um, what do you do? You got a bag caught up. What did he start off with? I forgot what he started off with, but it was great. It was great, and we'll see next year. We'll see next year who they will select. I forgot about the weekend. The weekend's performance was amazing as well. Super Bowl weekend, Rihanna had hers. They had who else was it? Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. They did a halftime performance. So it's been in Janet Jackson. You can't listen. NFL, y'all got to stop blaming Janet Jackson for what happened. Justin Timberlake did that shit, not Janet. It was Justin Timberlake. She took the blame of it. And even though Justin wanted to come out, I think we heard later on Justin wanted to come out and basically take responsibility. You know, I think he should have just did it anyway. Even when he was told not, I think he should just went and came out and did it anyway. But listen, it really didn't hurt their careers, honestly. So but that's just how it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think. If you're listening on the streaming platforms or if you're watching here on YouTube, y'all let me know who y'all like to see perform during the halftime Super Bowl halftime show. We all know that's like Super Bowl is the biggest sporting event uh, in our country, in sports. So y'all let me know what y'all think. I think the only thing that could rival the Super Bowl is WrestleMania. That's the only thing to me that could rival the Super Bowl. So y'all let me know, comment below and everything like that. And maybe, hey, you never know. You never know. I forgot when they let us know. I think it's probably about a month or 2 months prior to the Super Bowl when they let us know who's going to perform. So we'll see. We'll see who's next. We'll see who is next. All right. Uh and last but not least, man, for y'all country stations out there, listen, play Beyonce's songs. She put out a country album, it's country music. Play her songs. Stop doing that. That's my only message. All right. Play Beyonce's music. It's country music. It belongs on country stations. Play it. All right. Play it. All right. Before we get out of here, man, I just want to say I appreciate y'all for tuning in with me. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button to Drinking After Dark Podcast. And also be sure to follow Drinking After Dark Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Episodes are uploaded every Friday. Sometimes I might upload it sooner than that, depending on what's out there. But y'all can catch it on YouTube. You can catch it on y'all can catch it on Spotify. Y'all can catch it on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and stuff like that. So y'all stay tuned. Catch it. Tell your friends and family about Drinking After Dark podcast. Any suggestions what I should try next? I'm definitely gonna try there's a whiskey out there I want to try. Guidance whiskey. I definitely want to try it. So hopefully I can get my hands on it soon so I could try it and possibly do a review on it and things like that so I can let y'all guys know how it is. But once again, thank you for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Darius from Drinking After Dark Podcast, and we out. Peace.
Gotta get to the money. Gotta get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. So you know that I'm on it. Gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and me. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. And gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and they. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money.